At the stroke of midnight, in the middle of Kochi, the old man was set on fire. An old white man who looked a little like Santa Claus with a long flower-printed jacket, a hat, red pants, and glasses. This is Papanji, and his huge effigy represents the year gone by. At the moment he is set alight, his time is over and he is the past. That year, he stood out in the middle of the big field in Fort Kochi with his hands raised up holding a sign. It said, "Big salute to Kerala fishermen." And that's because in August of 2018, a devastating cloudburst brought unprecedented rain to India's southernmost state, Kerala. Kerala is used to tropical storms, during which sheets of rain fall for hours. To many, there's a romance in this season where people carry their umbrellas everywhere and get on with their life as usual. For people in Kerala, the rain is in their blood.
Absolutely, monsoon really wreaking havoc in the state of Kerala with a red alert.
Through what officials say are
such
the
flooding
worst
is
floods
happening
for
here.
a century.
It's a disaster for the whole.
People have been evacuated from different parts of
Kerala troops have already been pressed into action and more are coming in. Has sought additional support from the army and has
The red alert was sounded across the state. It was the worst flood in 90 years. People took action. The response was a stunning example of magnanimity, ingenuity, and love. People came together to help each other. Let's rebuild Kerala, they said. Over 1 million people were evacuated to relief camps.
And living in 1,500 emergency relief camps.
All airport operations
the
have
moment
been
relief
suspended
and operations are on full
because
swing.
there are just too many people to
When
look after.
is this nightmare going to stop?
Citizens were mobilized and help from across the country poured in. But the most heroic acts of selflessness were performed by the fishermen. Kerala's fishermen risked their lives to save people across the state. When the water receded, one question became clear. For a state that is lauded for its progress, for being a place whose priorities seem unshakable, education, participation, healthcare, things had been changing for some time. For decades, Kerala has been the showpiece of international development. From the 1970s, Kerala has been the exemplar of development discourse right through the decentralization wave of the late 1990s. And this is because Kerala's model has always been based on investing in these things, investing in its people.
Kerala was great. Was.
The floods of 2018 and the repeat floods of 2019 are two in a series of disasters that have ravaged Kerala in the recent past. And for the last 5 years, there has been one event every year. Droughts in 2015, agricultural distress and the effects of El Niño in 2016, Cyclone Oki in 2017, the Nipah virus outbreak in 2018, the devastating floods that occurred consecutively in 2018 and 2019. Shocks that unfortunately seem to be occurring with increasing frequency. And today, Kerala finds itself at the forefront of India's battle with COVID-19. And it has done admirably, stepping up to the challenge of flattening the curve while being respectful of all people, residents and migrants living in the state. If Kerala has done well, it is because of two important features. One, its people-centric development model, and two, the state is learning from past experiences and is creating a model of resilient development. Today in Kerala, everybody's talking. And talking about what needs to change, about how to pursue a different version of development, one that helps people and the environment thrive. Because for Kerala, there doesn't seem to be another way.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have arrived at Trivandrum.
Welcome to Kaalavastha, a word which conjures so many things in Malayalam. Clouds, climate, the weather. In this 6-part series, we dive deep into God's own country, past romantic ideas about rivers and mountains in the rain, to find out what kind of relationship Kerala's people have with their environment, and what will have to change as they learn about their vulnerability. What new kinds of local action are evolving? And how are Kerala's communities planning for their future? We travel through the state to meet communities, government, and the diaspora as Kerala redefines its development model to create a new legacy. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. The first episode releases in 2 weeks. Kaalavastha is brought to you by the World Bank. For more information, go to www.worldbank.org/Kerala podcast.